Good evening on this Thursday, the second day of November 2023. Welcome to NewsWatch and thank you for choosing Hope TV, the station where you look and live. You can find us streaming live on YouTube at Hope TV Kenya. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let's begin. King Charles III and Queen Camilla have visited the coastal city of Mombasa today as their tour of the country entered the third day. Their Majesties, who were accompanied by President William Ruto, his Deputy Rigathi Gachagua and First Lady Rachel Ruto, visited Mtongwe Naval Base in Mombasa. Their Majesties witnessed Kenyan Marines trained by the Royal Marines demonstrating a covert beach landing, showing defense collaboration in action. As Kennedy Kimani now reports, President William Ruto has said that he is grateful for the support, particularly in capacity building, that the United Kingdom continues to offer to the country against external threats.
It was a busy day today for Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla as they visited the coastal city of Mombasa.
Very much. I hope you have enjoyed your...
The King, as Captain General of the Royal Marines, and the Queen, who were accompanied by President William Ruto among other leaders, visited Mtongwe Naval Base in Mombasa, where they witnessed Kenyan Marines trained by the Royal Marines demonstrating a covert beach landing, showing defense collaboration in action. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who had been absent for events during the King's visit so far, was also present at the naval base. President William Ruto has said that he is grateful for the support, particularly in capacity building, that the United Kingdom continues to offer to the country against external threats. The King also met members of the United Nations Environment Programme's Tide Turners, a global youth movement created to educate young people about plastic marine pollution and encourage them to do their bit to protect the environment.
If I may say so, it's been such a joy to have this opportunity to meet really quite a lot of Kenyans during this visit and to discover just how things have developed and changed since I was here quite a long time ago, I hate to say. But it has been fascinating to meet all these people, the entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs who are doing such remarkable things here, coming up with brilliant ideas, particularly in terms of how to cope with climate change and biodiversity loss, thinking up clever solutions, nature-based and so on.
The King also greeted representatives from Bao's Taka Enterprise, a women and a youth-led organization which uses technology to improve marine conservation efforts. The King's visit to the country is aimed at strengthening bilateral ties between the two nations, especially in trade, security, education and health. The royals are expected to conclude their visit to the country tomorrow. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV NewsWatch.
Thank you, Kennedy, for that report. Now, earlier, the King visited Nairobi Street Kitchen in Westlands, where he got to learn more about the British Council's work in promoting arts and culture in Kenya. During the visit, the King had an opportunity to meet and interact with a diverse group of Kenyan creatives and gain insight into the Kenyan cultural and creative sector through a well-curated and assorted exhibition and a session of meet and greet. During his engagement, His Majesty spoke to artists in the music, fashion, podcasting, technology, and film sector. In their conversation, they shared the value of Kenya-UK cultural exchange and homegrown innovations driving the growth of the creative industry in Kenya. Moving on, the Commission on Revenue Allocation has been urged to increase county revenue allocation for Laikipia from 5.3 billion to 10 billion shillings, aimed at boosting service delivery for residents. Laikipia Deputy Governor Ruben Kamuri, speaking at a Nanyuki hotel during a public participation exercise for the financial year 2024-2025 budget and medium-term expenditure framework, said that the current allocation was not sufficient and did not reflect the county's population. He said that Laikipia was classified as arid and semi-arid lands, and yet it received less funds from the treasury coffers compared to other ASAL's counties like Turkana and Samburu, which he said got about 10 billion.
Current revenue allocation for Laikipia County is 5.3 billion. Hii hapa ndio kwa sababu pesa si ndio kila kitu. Tukipata pesa si mara nyingine tutaweza kusuluhisha. So with allocation of 5.3 billion, then with other metrics included, kuangalia our wealth, population, maneno ya water provision, then we'll be able to get, kama Turkana are getting 10 billion.
The only request, I want to request the Nairobi team, maoni yetu ya wana Laikipia, muweze to make sure imeenda back up to the last level. Isiwe sasa mutaenda mfanye summary mpaka sasa mtu late 10%. Na sisi tulikuwa tumesema above 100%.
Nataka Keresure Dam, Laikipia North, Kaharati Dam, nataka pia Motetu, and also we need a mechanism ambayo itakuwa pale Mount Kenya. Inashikanisha Siremon, the Swani and Timau Dam. Kama venye mnajua maji ya Mount Kenya ndio watu wengi wa Laikipia Central na Laikipia North pia wanategemea kwa sababu ya ile mito.
Pressure is mounting on the Narok County government and elected leaders in the region to support Masai Mau evictees with food, shelter and healthcare as they await the settlement of boundary disputes and the opportunity to reclaim their land. Youth in the region have also condemned the eviction, emphasizing on the need of an eviction notice. Veronica Wanjiru with more.
Of Masai Mau forest evictions, the Narok County government and elected leaders in the region are facing mounting pressure to provide prompt aid to the evicted residents as they await the settlement of boundary disputes and the opportunity to reclaim their land. Addressing the media in Narok, John Kiok, a youth leader, led Narok youth in urging the government and elected officials to intervene by providing essential support, including food, shelter, and health care to the affected families. Kiok emphasized the need for government security forces to carry out evictions with humanity, recognizing the dire conditions faced by evictees.
Kuomba viongozi wa Narok County wajitokeze, wasaidie wale communities ambaye wametolewa pale. Tuko na watoto wadogo haswa wakati wa mvua wanapitia shida, wakati huu wanakaa kwa baridi, na pia tumesikia karibu watoto zaidi ya 100 saizi wamegonjeka ugonjwa wa pneumonia na hatuoni viongozi wakifika pale kutoa msaada. Jambo lingine ningependa kusema kama vijana, tuna support mambo ya environment na conservation, lakini tunaomba sana serikali ya national, serikali kuu na county watakapotaka kutoa watu pale msituni wafanye kwa njia inayofaa.
Speaking in the same meeting, Dennis Kireu underscored the challenges faced by displaced families, noting that children are enduring harsh conditions during the rainy season. He highlighted the destruction of crops along with the loss of food galleries and stores, emphasizing the urgent need for support to address these immediate needs.
We want to invite our leaders, especially our legislators across Narok County, to stop shying away at this hard time where our people are being evicted and procedurally and without any notice. To iterate on the same, we have got a legislator of Narok North. She is not showing herself in any way, and in that, we want to invite her to come out clearly and support or decline the eviction going on.
On his part, Freddy Kariasek acknowledged the discussions on boundary verification and stressed the importance of proper marking. While recognizing people are residing in the forest, Kariasek emphasized the necessity of serving notices before evictions commence.
We cannot deny that people are not in the forest, but actually we need to have the correct boundary, because what is happening, and we can term it as the creation of another illegality, because when there is no a clear boundary being used, and the local people have an idea of the actual boundary, but nobody has ever addressed this. We have never had the CS coming out clear about this. We've never had the members of National Assembly. We've never had the MCS visiting that area. No notice served. So to us, this is a kind of mistreatment, because you cannot evict people without giving a notice.
Veronica Wanjiru, Hope TV NewsWatch.
Thank you, Veronica, for that report. And on that note, let us take a short break on NewsWatch tonight. We have plenty more coming up.
In order to keep hope alive in the airwaves, Hope Media has a couple of initiatives. Friends of Hope. Friends of Hope is you and I forming a team of well-wishers and volunteers who give in cash and kind to support in spreading the gospel at Hope Media. Currently, Hope Media is running a campaign under Friends of Hope dubbed 100 for 1. Through the campaign, Hope Media is asking Hope FM and Hope TV listeners and viewers to give just 100 shillings in order to reach one more soul with the message of hope and the gospel. Engage with us on our social media platforms at Hope FM Live and at Hope TV Kenya. Kuwa rafiki mso leo. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. The Global Leadership Summit GLS 2023 has kicked off today at Sitam Karen. The two-day event is aimed at empowering leaders from various sectors to lead wisely, boldly where they are. Various speakers who took to the podium today urged the attendees to use their influence to ignite change and movement in the right direction. According to the African Director for Living on the Edge, Patrick Kuchio, who also serves as on the National Steering Committee for Global Leadership Summit, day one was a success as they achieved their objective of equipping leaders in their leadership journey. Sitam presiding Bishop Callisto Odede, who was one of the speakers, has called on more people to attend Friday's session.
Today we've had a gathering at Sitam Karen by Global Leadership Summit. Initially started in Chicago in Willow Creek Church, but has spread out into many parts of the world, including here in Nairobi, where it's being hosted at Sitam Karen by many people from many churches, and also from the marketplace. University students are all gathered together here as they learn secrets that would enhance their leadership skills and make them better leaders, whether in the marketplace, in the church, institutions, and across the world where they are involved.
Today we've had a fantastic time. And speaking also to the youthful people that have been present today, a lot of people who have been in the congregation are people who are young. And it's pretty amazing to see people who are hungry to receive the word and also to be encouraged and to be built up in matters leadership. And university students were represented, guys from UON, Strathmore, and the various campuses that have come here today.
Today was a great day.
We had anticipated, probably over 3,000-4,000 people, but the place is full. And we want to thank God for those that did attend. The speakers that we had were world-class, wonderful speakers. GLS brings together world-class leaders to us, people who are on the cutting edge in leadership lessons, and comes to us from various of life, because you have people from business, you have people from the church, you have people from government, and they bring to us those nuggets that would help one to grow in their leadership.
The Global Leadership Summit exists to equip leaders in their leadership journey. At the Global Leadership Summit, you get to be equipped spiritually, you get to be equipped with a moral compass, you get to be equipped with a strategic framework for taking your leadership from this level to the next level. So it's been an exciting day. We've been surprised by the numbers. We have about 6,000 people in attendance on day one, and we feel that we have achieved the very objective for which God allowed us to exist for this particular day.
And perhaps you are there and you've not had an opportunity of being part and parcel of this. We'd want to welcome you. Come early at 8 tomorrow morning and be part and parcel of what God is doing here. Amazing crowd here. Thousands of people are gathered together as they listen today.
Children. He touched on siblings.
In a bit, I beg your pardon, Manyata Member of Parliament Gitonga Mukunji has come under fire from a section of border operators in the county who are accusing him of fueling division among them. This is after the legislator met a group of the riders from his constituency at a hotel in Embu Town, which did not go well with the top leadership. They faulted him for engaging some of their members behind their back, saying if he was interested in their welfare, he would have engaged them to ensure there was proper representation from their members across the constituency. Speaking at a press briefing on Tuesday afternoon, the team led by County Chairman Martin Mushira accused the Member of Parliament of not minding them since he had not initiated any project to assist them since he took over the seat in August last year.
Kwa hivyo mimi ningeomba mjumbe wetu, tafadhali wewe wacha kuleta mambo yako ya siasa kwa watu wa bodaboda. If you want to score kwa watu wa bodaboda, sio kutupiganisha, ni kutuleta pamoja na kutuonyesha maendeleo.
Nimepata information ya kuwa mjumbe wa Manyata ambaye ni Mokonji amekuwa na mkutano ama kikao na vijana wa bodaboda ambao waliclaim wengi wao ni stage chairmans, ambapo hiyo imeleta mzozo kwa stage, kwa sababu mwenye alikuwa anaitana alikuwa anaenda kuita supporters wa Mokonji, hakuwa anaita stage chairman aswa. Wacha kupiganisha watu wa bodaboda, sisi tuko nyuma ya governor, tutasupport governor na tutasupport pamoja na patron wetu. Tulikuchagua tutetee, lakini hatukukuchagua ukuje ugawanyishe watu wa Manyata.
Anajiita chairman, sisi hatumjui. Sisi tunatabua chairman wa picking base. Unasikia? Sisi tunatabua chairman wenye tumechagulia kwa picking base.
In a bid to reduce overcrowding at Bungoma Referral Hospital, the county government has introduced a program to care for patients in rural hospitals. Speaking after a workshop that brought together various health stakeholders and the Organization for the Health of Children and Mothers in Bungoma County, Bungoma Referral Hospital Administrator Simon Masika said the move would significantly reduce time and cost incurred for the average citizen.
We want to reduce congestion in our referral hospitals. We also want to save the cost of a patient traveling from far-flung areas to our referral hospitals so that we manage them from that home where they're coming from. So that's one area. We also want to implement what we are calling specimen referral. Specimens from sub-counties and health centers. We bring the specimens to our referral hospital for analysis, which is better than the patient, he or himself, walking all the way from either Mount Elgon, Jeptais, Sirisia to Bungoma. So we want to save on that cost of the patient. We are at about 75%, so we want to complete the remaining 25%.
My best part about being a Hope FM listener was Hope Through the Night. My radio was always on at night, just worshiping and getting the sermons at the top of every hour. And it really made me stronger, a stronger worshiper. It made me a stronger worshiper. My best part about being a Hope FM staff has to be treasure hunt with the boys and girls every Saturday morning, being Auntie Rhoda. Oh, I just loved teaching the children. There's a child who wrote in her composition, she was writing about her family, and she wrote one of her aunties is Auntie Rhoda. I was so happy because I'd never met her, but they knew me as their auntie, and just teaching them in the ways of the Lord. So I really thank God for every moment I spent at Hope FM, and even for now, being impacted as a listener.
Now in business,